Warning! The following live broadcast may contain loud, obnoxious, shrill, and alarming noises that might be considered disturbing, if not outright uncomfortable to listen to, especially if you are wearing headphones. I share my office space with an African gray parrot and two parakeets, and I have no control over their behavior while I am live streaming, unlike my regular videos where I have the opportunity to edit them out as best as I can. If you are sensitive to loud, surprising background noises, I recommend either not turning your volume up too loud or watching my edited pre-recorded videos instead. Viewer discretion is advised. Oh, okay, so here we are. Well, that was a smoother transition than last time. I guess eventually I had to get used to it, right? So, okay, so everything's looking good. Let me just give Facebook another poke to make sure it's not defaulting to, okay, because it usually defaults to friends while even though I have it set up for public. So it should be okay now. So everything's okay. All right. Okay, it's another Wednesday already. So where's the time going, right? So hi everyone, my name is Daphne Lage and I am a cartoonist, illustrator, and comic book artist from New York. I have been self-publishing comics since 1992, and I am known for the funny animal fantasy Tall Tales right here. I thought I picked up the wrong book. My funny animal fantasy Tall Tales right here, and my medieval fantasy drama EGORAVEN, Heir of the First Unicorn, which there is going to be a Kickstarter for the second issue of EGORAVEN May 3rd, 2021. So make sure you go to my website at egoworks.com to sign up to get notified when that campaign goes live. So you can read both my comics at talltalesonline.com. That's TAILS. And as I stated before, egoworks.com. And if you're seeing this on Facebook, you can also check out my videos where I create the artwork for these comics and some other things and some rant videos sometimes when I'm in the mood for it. You can see these videos on YouTube at my channel, Daphne Lage, Lage Art, which I just want to thank all 862 subscribers to my channel. We're on the slow slog to 1,000. So that's like the first major YouTube milestone. So I want to thank everybody who's helping me get to that so far. And so it's like, if we get to 1,000, maybe I can finally make a little money on this joint. So we'll see how that goes. So a little housekeeping before we start. So as I said, EGORAVEN, Heir of the First Unicorn, issue number 2 is the campaign is going to go live May 3rd, as the ticker says. And, so go to the website again. And this time I just want to make a special announcement. So along with issue 2, for everyone who missed the first issue, there will also be available with a catch-up tiers on the new campaign, so that if you missed anything, you're gonna have every opportunity to catch up with everything. I'm even bringing back all my variant covers. So if you missed out on getting the hollow cover and the silver cover and everything, I'm going to have special collector tiers for that, where you can get the entire bundle of all the variants. So that's going to be a thing for the next campaign. And my latest news on that is that we're going to have a very special variant cover because I'm doing a comic book about unicorns. Who else better to get to draw a variant cover for EGORAVEN than acclaimed My Little Pony artist, Mary Bellamy. So as you can see, these are going to be the variants. This is the variant cover that she did for me, and I'm just completely chuffed with it. I mean, it literally, you know, it's exactly what I wanted from her when I requested the variant cover, and I'm just excited to share it with everybody. And as along with the other covers, this cover will also have its own set of variants. It'll have the standard cover, it'll have a virgin cover, it'll have a silver foil, which will be the line work of the cover, and then it'll have the rainbow holographic cover. So with this set is also going to be a special sticker that's going to be exclusive to the entire set. So luckily, Kickstarter has activated add-ons for everybody. So now it's like, so on the next campaign, you can buy all of these covers individually if you know, and add it on to whatever pledge level you're going to get. However, if you want the sticker, there's going to be a tier where you have to buy the entire set to get the sticker. The sticker is exclusive to the entire set. So I hope you guys are as excited about that new addition to the campaign as I am. I'm just waiting for everything to get approved, and then I'm going to have a launch page ready soon for it. And also, speaking of almost having a launch page ready, for Tall Tales, for those of you who are more interested in in our more epic furry fantasy adventure, Tall Tales is going to be seeing a new campaign go live sometime at the end of this month. We just don't have an exact date yet, but it's going to be very, very soon. And what we are offering is the very beginning of Thieves Quest. We're starting the series from the very beginning. So this is going to be a brand new volume 1 collecting the first 5 issues of Tall Tales. So if you are kind of like hearing about Tall Tales for the first time and you don't know where to start, this is where you're going to be able to start. It's literally the very first issue. So go to egoworks.com, go to talltalesonline.com. It's the same sign up so that you get notified when the campaign goes live. And that's pretty much it for me right now. Yeah, it's like, so two Kickstarters coming soon for everybody. And again, continuing the theme of Kickstarters, by now everybody should have gotten their orders of EGORAVEN, Heir of the First Unicorn, issue 1. I'm seeing people tagging me in their photos when they receive them and whatnot. It's like, you know, feel free to do that. You know, I love to share the photos that you get, that you're giving me of getting the books and whatnot. And I'm really glad that they're getting to you in good condition. I spent a lot of time packing those carefully. So, however, if you got a tier that has the sketch covers, those are still going out. I just finished inking in and drawing all of the sketch covers that everyone ordered. So they're literally all here. I just have to color them all in. And as I color them, I will be sending them out. So as I finish them, they're going out. So hopefully in the next 2 weeks, hopefully sooner than that, but the next 2 weeks, everybody should have their books. So yeah, so that's pretty much it. So yeah, so a lot of Kickstarter work going on here, but just a lot of work in general. So in today's video, in today's live stream, what I'm going to be doing is something a little different because the work we're going to be doing is all digital. So right now, I'm currently in the process of coloring EGORAVEN, Heir of the First Unicorn, issue 2, and this is my little sample printout that I do every time I finish a page, so that I could just see how the colors and the lettering is coming out. So these are kind of like my proofs for the final pages, and then once I'm done with that, then it's like what I'm going to do is, go through it, proofread, adjust things and whatnot. So right now so this is the first 8 pages that I have here that are complete, essentially. And I already have my next batch of 8 pages prepped in Photoshop to to continue coloring, and we're going to transfer to that screen in a minute. And I'm going to be, hopefully, depending on how quick it goes, either like a full page or a couple of pages, we're going to finish. I'm going to be coloring for you digitally in Photoshop. So if you were curious as to how I did that, well, I'm going to be explaining that right now. If you want a more detailed step-by-step instructional as how I color these pages in Photoshop, I do have a video on my YouTube channel that goes into more detail as to how I do these pages. So I will, after the video is over, the live stream's over, I will put a link to it in the comments below, and description, and wherever else I can put the link so you can see it. So yeah, so today's video, we're going to be coloring in Photoshop. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to transfer the screen. So let's get a little commercial going, and then hopefully, this will transition the way I wanted to. Okay. So, all right. So let's get the screen up. So give me a minute. I'll be right back. After these messages, I'll be right back. Okay. All right. So Okay. Well, ain't it stupid? Okay. Okay. How am I going to do this? Okay. So it turns out I've probably been doing this entire live stream without a microphone on, which means I've been sitting here babbling to myself the entire time I'm. Okay. All right. Do you hear me now? Oh my God. It's like one technology thing after another every time I do a stream. Okay, so all right. Yeah, no, for real. So I'm taking it. You can hear me now? Because, yeah, oh my goodness. What a cluster. Okay. Okay, so you can hear me. Okay, so good. All right, so I'm going to leave it at that then. Okay, I think I saw what my issue was. So, okay. So, all right. All right. So, okay. All righty. So, that was fun. Okay. So, okay. I guess we're cooking with gas now, right? Yeah, thank you. Now everyone's telling me I don't have sound. Okay, I just went the whole hour without sound. And now everyone's telling me I have sound. Okay. All right. Okay, so I'm assuming I have sound now, right? Quick, in the chat, tell me, do I have sound? Yeah, okay. All right. So, all right, let me just get back to what I was doing. Okay, so yes. Okay, so yes. So now explain. Okay, yes, I spent the last hour practice babbling. Okay, that's exactly what's happened. What's happened. But on the good side, at least, yeah, I know, right? The emojis don't show up. Oh wait, not on that computer. Do they show up here? Oh yeah, there you go. So depending on what computer you're on, the emojis show up. Okay, but at least in that last hour, if you didn't hear, oh yeah, okay, there we go. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Einstein. Okay, so if you could hear Einstein, you can definitely hear me. So, okay. So where was I? Oh, yes, the practice babbling. So what I'm doing is I'm coloring in Photoshop right now. And if you had been watching this in the last hour of silence, you kind of get the gist of what I'm doing. I'm working in layers. I'm filling in my flats. Yeah. And of course, Einstein knows that now we can hear everybody. Oh well, but my point is that at least in the last hour, if you weren't listening to me going on and on and on about what I was doing, you at least missed out on some really, really horrific noises coming from the cage. So at least, small mercies. Look, I only have 17 computers in front of me right now. Okay, it's ridiculous. I'm dying to get the new setup so I can literally work from one computer for a change. Yeah, I mean, it's like that is going to be the major lesson out of this stream, because it seems like every time I do a stream, there's some kind of technical difficulty I have to I have to overcome. So because the thing is though, like I literally have like 3 computers in front of me, and I don't know, and I literally got confused as to which one I was supposed to be talking into, and I had shut off the microphone to the one that I was supposed to be talking to. So yeah, there's just way too much going on here. I really do need to figure out a way to get this set up right. Okay, where was I? Oh yes, we were coloring. Yes. Yeah, he's really, yeah, he always has something to say. So yeah, thank you. Have fun. Have fun as I continue this disaster of a live stream. Thank you. Okay, where was I? Jeez. All right. So we were coloring, working our flats. So okay, so where were we? All right. So we're currently doing a simplified background because I don't want to spend a lot of time. Well, I don't need to in the end, putting in a lot of detail into the backgrounds, which is what I learned using this coloring technique in Photoshop. It's just, look at that. I'm a hot mess today. Just putting in as much color as I need to get the effect that I want. So, okay. So yeah, so I'm just putting in the flats. Oh, for crying out loud. This is why, I guess in the end, it's like, this is why everybody wears those giant DJ headphones, so they could just keep track of everything. You know, the only thing though, it's like I'm not using the microphone that I actually want to use. So excuse me if I sound a little far away. Because again, it's like this, it's like I have a mad extra setup here that I can't keep track of. So whatever. Okay. you know, and also I think what it is, what messed me up is that oh, no, that's not what I want. Is that I was trying to get this set up to work in that 30-second when I was running the 30-second commercial. And of course, I ended up missing the most important part, which was activating the microphone. So yeah, it's like the importance of checking for dead air. That's for sure. So, considering how we're pretty much half hour away from finishing, I do have a video on my YouTube channel that explains in detail what I'm doing here. You know, how I break down my layers here and how I set up like the shading and the highlights so that, let's see, so that I can actually have a proper, you know, a reasonably timed workflow when it comes to coloring. Because one of the things that I was mentioning is that even though May seems a bit off, it's, you know, everything's far away until it's not. And so I need to get these pages finished as soon as I can. Which means that, yeah, I can't be fussing with tiny details that most people are just going to pass by. You know, and also it's not that type of book. I mean, it's not like I'm, you know, doing Alex Ross type painting or anything. So the realism, quote unquote, isn't really necessary. Well, any type of realism in what I'm doing isn't really necessary. And what's funny is that I used to be confused about why like mainstream comics like looked kind of rough for like for I don't know, just the ones that I saw. It's like, oh, you know, it's like I know this person can do better artwork. Why is their stuff so rushed looking or very simplified and whatnot? Well, now I know. Now I know. Because when you're on a deadline, when you need to get work done, you don't have time to fuss. You know, it's all about finding the most efficient way to get your work done and, you know, and still have it look decent and presentable. I mean, I guess I'm fortunate that my style is simple enough that I guess that, you know, like a lot of flat colors doesn't, you know, it works with it. So yeah, so that's what we're working with here. Let me just get those clouds before I forget. Ugh. Okay, don't need that. Don't need that. Oh, wait. Just make sure I didn't fuck up. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Did I? No. Okay. Wait. Okay, good. All right. Okay. I thought I put some color on the wrong layer. Okay. Okay. No, you see now I'm actually not talking. Oh, okay. Here we go. Ooh, a question. Have you considered picking colors and flatting before rendering texture onto objects and characters? Well, what I do, well, I kind of work backwards a bit. So, as you can see here, okay, so these are the flats that I'm putting in. The flats, what I realize, are actually the last thing that I put in. What I like to put in first is actually the shading, which is this layer right here. And for some reason, doing this first really works for me because it's like, it's kind of like that thing how they go, oh, check your tones. And as long as the shading is correct, I have more freedom with the flats. So I mean, it's like there's only particular colors that I pick in advance, but the thing is, it's mostly for the shading because certain colors react differently. Like if you look here, I have actually hold on, my computer's bugging out. There we go. Like I have two different shades here for the shadows because of the way they react to the colors underneath. So these would be the colors that I kind of pre-select. But mostly for that though. Let's see. For other objects, I just pretty much just play around with them, like with the background here. Like I'm not completely happy with the way like this wall here is bothering me. So I'm going to go back in and I'm going to like play around with some colors to see which one like really works for me. And the best thing is that because it's just a flat color, I can just, I could just highlight it like that, just marquee it, and then just, I don't know, just drop in a color and flats, and not have to worry about it ruining anything. So yeah, I still have to. I still have to play around with that. But I figure like I've finished the rest of I finished the rest of the colors before I go in and start playing around with them. Let me see. Do you use a separate layer for the panel border? Actually, I think, yeah. Well, the panel borders are already part of the inks. Like this is the original. This is the scanned in page as it as I originally inked it. And then what I did was I put that on its own layer, and then I did some cleanup on it and, tweaked a couple of things. So then I just put the flats underneath it. So yeah, the borders themselves are actually part of the artwork. Because I know, like in Clip Studio Paint, you can put everything separately, but because I'm working from actually physical artwork, and that's a part of it. So yeah, so it's just yeah, it's all part of it. It's just the colors, the flats, the shading, the highlights, and the inks themselves. Those are the layers that I mostly work with. And one of the things about layers too is I try to keep them as minimum as possible. Because I don't want, it's like, look, I can't even handle like the computers I'm dealing with here. Imagine if I had like multiple layers and I make a mistake on one of them. So, oh, wrong color. So yeah, so it's like I try to keep the layers as minimum as possible, because then it's just easier for me to keep a track of everything. So right now I'm just filling in this line here, because that's also something that I try not to do a lot on these pages, is color in the lines, because it's really easy to get really niddly with it. And the whole point of this style of coloring is that you just not crank it out, but just like keep it moving. I don't want to sit here and fuss with anything. Didn't fill? What? Oh, yeah, you see? Okay, always got to be careful with the layer that you're on. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Always be careful with the layers. Oh, come on. No. You don't need. Let's see. The process of coloring sounds tough when doing it already pre-inked on a single layer. Not really, or at least that doesn't seem to be my experience. Because in the end, all I'm doing is just tracing out the areas that I need to color, and I'm doing that anyway, so it doesn't seem like that big of a deal. Also, it's like I'm working underneath the inks too, so it's not like they get in the way. I kind of don't know how to explain that, because I guess it depends on what technique you're comparing it to, because I don't like draw digitally. So like, honestly, I wouldn't know the difference, I guess, of having everything on a separate layer or not on a separate layer.
Hello.
No. So, okay, there we go. Well, also just to add something to your question, Jake. I guess again, it's like I'm babbling, so I'm kind of forgetting what I'm saying. With the inking, because it's on a separate layer, I don't have to be as, I don't have to worry about like aliasing or anything because I'm working underneath it as opposed to on top of the inking. So I don't know if that's also what you meant by that. I mean, yeah, like I said, I mean, for me, this is, it doesn't really bother me at all. It doesn't seem to be that big of a deal coloring this way. Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Only death can save us. No spoilers, no spoilers. I'm still working my way through it. So only death can save us by Russ Leach. Check that out. It's a really, really good book. But yeah, no spoilers. I'm not done with it yet. So yeah, that's really the issue is the aliasing. If you're just filling in, hold on, I gotta sneeze. Hold on. Woo, okay. What was I saying? Aliasing, anti-aliasing. Yeah, that's actually the main issue why I like this technique better. Well, I like just this technique in general because then I don't have to worry about the getting that aliasing on the color. It's like because as you can see, it's like because the color is underneath like that, you're not going to get that, for people who don't know, that halo effect around the lines because you're not working with the lines. So that's really the main thing because like I remember I was watching another video where someone was coloring and they were just doing drop fills in the white areas and they were getting aliasing, and they said that they had to like do another like a black layer underneath their when they were finished just to fill in all those gaps. And it's like, wow, I kind of think that was a lot more work, to than just doing it this way. Did I hit F again? Oh, there we go. Okay. Well, that's because I have the attention span of a goldfish right now. I mean, it's like that's something that's been happening, I think, since I left college, and it's like as the years went on, it's like my attention span got less and less and less for things, and now I'm at a point where it's like I can only do things in like increments. So it's like, yeah, it's like I cannot just sit and read an entire trade paperback in one sitting. I can't do that. It's like, so I could pretty much like maybe I think I got through like the first. I'm still at the first 12 pages. That's it's like I've yet to finish my Fafard and Grey Mouser book. I'm still stuck at the beginning. And it's not because the books aren't interesting. It's just that I don't have the attention span for them. I have a Witcher book I'm trying. I haven't even started, right? And then it's like I have like a bunch of other books that I haven't even gotten to. And yeah, it's just it's kind of like I can only focus at one thing at a time, I guess. I don't know. Oh, here we go. So aliasing and artifacting have been a major turnoff while I worked, but I've had the pleasure of only doing renders and tones for Ted Tired. Yeah, I mean, it's just in the end, it's just finding the technique that works best for what you're doing. Because probably it's like because in the end you probably ended up finding something that works better for the artwork that you do. What was I doing? Here. But yeah, I mean but in the end it's like that's what the whole thing is, right? It's just, finding your own pacing, finding your own technique that works best for you, finding, it's just pretty much like what your artwork requires in the end. Oh yeah. So for the because at least the Indie Vault book, it's like that's in. I could probably like every short. It's all short stories in the Indie Vault book, the Indie Vault Revolt book that we're all in, and at least that way I could read a story and finish a story in one sitting because it's only like 12 pages at most. So I can I can at least probably get through that book faster. Yeah, and then it's like also the funny thing too is that ever since I really really got into the groove of like doing like doing EGORAVEN, finishing Tall Tales, getting the next Kickstarters together. I mean, I've just been having problems concentrating on other people's work. That's the thing. It's like I don't know. It's just that I just have just so much to finish that it's like, oh, the time that I'm spending enjoying someone else's work, I could have spent that enjoying mine or doing mine and finishing my work. So it's a whole thing. I mean, now it's like, I even like movies. I'm like going 2 hours. How do you get people to sit in front of a movie for 2 hours? I mean, really. My attention span has gone to crap over the years. Yeah, that's I agree with that. But the thing is that's kind of part of the problem too, because it's kind of like a chicken and egg thing. Do we gravitate towards shorter media because we are attention span deprived, or is it because we're constantly inundated with shorter media online that we're learning, that we're teaching ourselves that that's the media to consume because it's quick? I mean, it's kind of it's kind of weird. Like I even found it like there was an audiobook, like I just recently found out that audiobooks actually time how long it's supposed to take for you to finish a page. Like they'll literally I recently bought a book for the Kindle, which again I still have to I got through the first 12 pages and I have to go back to it. And the Kindle actually tells you how long it should take you to get through a chapter. Or it's it was a chapter. Yes, it's like, oh, you have 2 more minutes to finish a chapter. And I don't know why I find that weird. I mean, it's, I don't know. Kind of thinking of something here. This is funny. This is kind of goes against what I was saying about not worrying about the details. But there are little things like that that's like, oh, wait a minute, it kind of would work better. This will kind of work better with a little bit more contrast in it. So, okay, yeah, yeah, I like that. So let me go back here. And there you go. And that's the thing about working with the flats underneath the inks, because with aliasing and the haloing and whatever else, however you want to call it, it would be a little bit more complicated to just drop in a new color, because then you'd have the aliasing from the previous color that you have to clean up. So at least this way, I just drop in a new color and it just changes and it doesn't affect the inking at all. So yeah, that worked out. Yeah, I like that better. Okay, so I just got the my timer just went off. So, okay, so this is what I have so far. Not too shabby for the time. Of course, I'm going to continue working on this. But yeah, so as you can see, comparatively, so this is what everything looks like when it's complete. If you want a better visual on that, like this is what a complete page would look like. So here are the flats. Well, also here are the flats. There we go. Okay, here are the absolute flats. So then we have the inks on top of it. Then we have I have a gradient, a special effect that I have here. Then here are my shadows. And here's where you can see we're using 2 different colors, gives you 2 different effects on depending on the colors that are underneath. And then here are my highlights. And so this is what I'm going for with this page. So, yeah. So, okay. So, let's, I guess, wrap this up, so hold on. Great, googly moogly. Okay. All right. So aside from that disastrous hour where we had absolutely no sound whatsoever, I kind of think I got through a lot. Well, obviously that's not the page I was working on. It's this one. I mean, I obviously got a lot. I'm going to finish this page today, so that's fine. So in the end, it's like live streams is what it is. So if you want to actually hear more of my babbling, you can check me out on Geekgasm tonight on the Indie Vault Network at 9:00. It will be parrot free. so at least, that's something. And I guess that's, like I said, everything at egoworks.com, EGOWRKS. You can check out the first 5 issues of EGORAVEN for free. And you can also, there's a link there to Tall Tales, TAILS, online.com, where you can read the first 20 issues of Tall Tales for free. And don't forget to sign up for our mailing list, because we do have a Tall Tales Kickstarter going live at the end of this month. We have the EGORAVEN issue 2 Kickstarter going live in May, and you want to be signed up so that you don't miss them. And also, you know, just for funsies, you sign up and you actually get like a whole bunch of free comics as downloadable PDFs, which includes the first 3 issues of Tall Tales, the first 3 issues of the Oswald Chronicles, you get free comics just for signing up. So do that. So I guess that's pretty much it for today. Like I said, yeah, you know, it is what it is. So yeah, so check out my social media. Everything's at egoworks.com. All my social media links, my Facebook, my Twitter, even a link to my infamous House of Bob. Here we go. My House of Bob gallery on Fur Affinity. You have to be signed up and registered in order to view the gallery, because all the uncensored images. So yeah, everything's there. So okay, we'll try this again next week, next Wednesday, same time. We'll see what we're doing then. But thank you so much for putting up with me and my hot mess of a setup today. I hope you enjoyed at least seeing some of the work that I was doing in Photoshop, even if you could hear none of the explanations that I was giving you. But like I said, there is a video I'm going to link below so that you can check out more in detail as to how I do the coloring. And thank you to everybody in my chat, who warned me. If too late, but at least, you warned me, eventually. It's like, someone had to tell me something. So thank you so much to everybody in my chat. Thank you for coming. Thank you for watching. Until next week, I'll see you in the next live stream. And let's take us out. The only way I know how. Here you go. Just for you.
Valar Morghulis.
Valar du Heiris.